coefficient of the quadratic equation in the second bracket. So I just take the minus out to make it simple. So when we take the minus out of a bracket, well, just remember all the signs changes. Okay, this is year 10 stuff. Okay, and to factorize x squared minus x minus 2, we will have two number times each other equals to minus 2, and when they plus each other is minus 1. So clearly that's x plus 1 times x minus 2. Okay, when we factorize the quadratic equation in the second bracket, we have that. So there are so many ways to factorize it. You can either use don't use long division here. You can either use the formula with b minus b plus minus the determinant, which is b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. This is one formula you can use, or transform. Yeah, I think, yeah, if you can't factorize the quadratic equation in this way, use this formula. Okay, divided by 2a. We talked about it in previous videos. Okay. Now y will be minus x minus 1, x plus 1, and x minus 2. Okay, now we have to sketch the graph of this polynomial equation. So when x equals to 0, y is, we substitute in y is minus 2. That's our y-intercept. So when y equals to 0, we have 0 equals to minus x minus 1, x plus 1, and x minus 2. And your x will be 1, because 1 minus 1 is 0, or minus 1, minus 1 plus 1 is 0, or 2, because 2 minus 2 is 0. Now we have our x-intercept and y-intercept. X, y. So okay, minus 1 here, minus 1, 1, and 2. Okay, let me make a note there. The shape of the x cubic, the shape of the x cubic polynomial equation would look like this. Okay, would have this shape. Okay, but if we have a minus sign in the front, okay, or the coefficient of x cubed is a minus number, the shape will be reflected, horizontally reflected. It would look like something that. Okay, so if we have if a is minus number, our shape will be this one there. Okay, if a is positive number, the shape of the graph would look like this. Okay. Now we just draw the shape of the graph. It will be something like this. Sorry, something like this, and looks like that. And at this point, y-intercept is 2, and this is our equation. Y equals to minus x cubed plus 2x squared plus x minus 2. Okay, and domain is x belongs to R. Don't forget the domain again. Okay, this is how do we do. I think the trick point, the trick part here is to factorize it. Again, we if we're doing it by hand, we have to use trial and error to find the first factor. The first factor is very simple. It's whether x minus 1 or x plus 1 or x minus 2, x plus 2, because if they in your exam, if they give you a question, if they ask you to factorize a polynomial equation like this, they won't give you a very hard number because it's impossible to do if the number is too tricky. Okay. Once and we try to verify whether the trial and error by subs by try to find if the remainder of the assumed factor is 0. If the remainder of the assumed factor is 0, then you found your factor. If it's not, keep try and error. After you find your factor, do a long division, you will find the other factor, and we'll do a factorization of the other factor if it is a quadratic equation, and you will have your polynomial equation in the form of in this form here. Once you have this form, you can sketch the graph because you can find the x-intercepts and y-intercept. You find it, label it. The shape of the graph, if it's a minus in the front, will be this one. If the coefficient of x cubed is a positive number, then it will be looks like that. Okay. Oh yeah, sorry, I made a mistake. Our shape should be something like this. Okay. Yeah, it's my mistake. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah. Kill these mistakes always. And yeah, sorry. Also, I labeled the wrong y-intercept. Okay, a huge careless mistake I made. So it would be